What's up, everybody? I've got some bad news. So the court has ruled that Donald Trump can now essentially be a king. That his executive orders cannot be challenged by the lower courts. And this is not good. This is absolutely terrible, especially if you are an immigrant or even if you are the child of an immigrant. So before we even get into this, I would like to verify something, okay, that I think is important for us to do here. And what I want to do is I'm going to go into a new chat here, and I'm going to ask this really quick so that everybody could see. I'm going to ask, does the U.S. Constitution state that all persons born on U.S. soil are citizens? Yes. The United States Constitution, through the 14th Amendment, states that all persons born on U.S. soil are citizens. Here's the key text from Section 1 of the 14th Amendment, ratified in 1868. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. This means anyone born in the United States soil or on United States soil is a citizen if they are subject to U.S. jurisdiction, which excludes children of certain foreign diplomats and enemy occupiers. This clause established what is known as birthright citizenship. If you'd like, and then it goes on to just say some crap. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to show you guys that is because basically Coney Barrett, who is a Supreme Court justice, has basically gave total power to Donald Trump when it comes to this. Let's get into the details. Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett has led a conservative push to help Donald Trump curtail judges who have hampered his agenda in a major victory for the United States president. In a highly anticipated ruling on Friday, the Supreme Court has limited the ability of federal lower courts to temporarily pause Trump's executive orders using nationwide injunctions. So, for those of you who don't understand this, Donald Trump is the president. The way that checks and balances in the United States works, and has always worked, is that the courts are not king, the president is not king, the Congress is not king. All three of them check each other. That's what checks and balances means. They all check each other. Therefore, if a president decides to lay down the law and say, I am going to be a king, because what is an executive order? An executive order is the president saying, I'm not going to go through Congress. I'm not going to do things the right way to make things a law. I'm just going to decide by executive action that this is now the law. And that holds up to a certain degree until the lower courts get to be like, sorry, what you did is unconstitutional and therefore a ruling against you. And that's what has to happen to maintain the integrity of the Constitution, which is what the entire United States of America is founded upon and is the ruling document of the land. You cannot be a patriot and be anti-constitutional. You cannot be a proud American and be anti-constitutional. If you are for overthrowing the Constitution, if you are supporting that, then you're not American. You're not American at all. So now, the 6-3 ruling written by Coney Barrett stemmed from Trump's push to end birthright citizenship, which dictates that everyone born in the United States is a citizen regardless of their parents' immigration status, which is what we just learned just moments ago. If I could find it, where did I put it? I have like 15 tabs open. I don't know which one it was now. But as I just showed you guys moments ago, but the decision could have much broader implications, as Trump has long claimed that the courts are overstepping their authority by handing down nationwide orders that have temporarily blocked some of his policies. They're not overstepping their authority. They're stopping you from overstepping yours. It's called checks and balances. So when the president overreaches and chooses to do something that is illegal or that is unconstitutional, that is when the law is going to say, you can't do that. That's exactly how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to work that way. But of course, Trump and the propaganda MAGA machine wants to somehow pound into people's brains that they're a bunch of liberals and that they're standing in the way. It's like, no, dude, you're overreaching. And the law is putting you in your place, was putting you in your place. Apparently not anymore. Giant win in the United States Supreme Court, Trump wrote on his Truth Social. Even the birthright citizenship hoax has been indirectly hit hard. It had to do with the babies of slaves, not the scamming of our immigration process. Congratulations to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Solicitor General John Sauer, and the entire DOJ. The ruling did not go so far as to make a decision of the constitutionality of Trump's push to end birthright citizenship. Gee, I wonder why. Why didn't they go there? Because it's unconstitutional? But it has nonetheless thrilled Trump, who has privately lashed out at conservative Supreme Court justices for not consistently backing his agenda, taking particular aim at Coney Barrett, his most recent appointee. In her opinion, Coney Barrett wrote, some say that the universal injunction gives the judiciary a powerful tool to check the executive branch, which is kind of, not some say, it's kind of how it's supposed to be. But federal courts do not exercise general oversight of the executive branch. They resolve cases and controversies consistent with the authority Congress has given them. When a court concludes that the executive branch has acted unlawfully, the answer is not for the court to exceed its power too. The three liberal justices on the court, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, I think is how you say it, Justice Alina Kagan, and Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, dissented and have hit out at the ruling. Describing the decision as a travesty for the rule of law, Sotomayor suggested that Trump knew his birthright citizenship order was unconstitutional and therefore pursued the issue of universal injunctions instead. It is unconstitutional. It is absolutely unconstitutional to decide that somebody born in the United States is no longer a citizen because their parents weren't born here. That is absolutely unconstitutional. Absolutely. The gamesmanship in this request is apparent, and the government makes no attempt to hide it. Yet, shamefully, this court plays along. It's true. And why are they playing along? Because Trump is threatening judges. Trump is threatening to, what was he just recently trying to do to basically like, I'm having a moment right now, but Trump has been literally attacking judges for the past few months simply because they're doing their job. They are doing their job. He is overstepping the Constitution, illegally stepping it, and they are doing their job and blocking them. And so instead of recognizing that, he just keeps on beating the same dead horse. Oh, the liberal agenda. It's the liberal deep state that's trying to stop me from what I'm doing. And it's like, this is really bad, guys. It's really, really bad. The ruling comes after lower courts have repeatedly rejected Trump's efforts to end birthright citizenship, citing the 14th Amendment and over a century of legal precedent. Other parts of Trump's agenda have also been blocked in the courts, such as his deportation plans, including the use of Alien Enemies Act to get rid of undocumented migrants. He wants to use the Alien Enemies Act to get rid of undocumented migrants by literally saying that we are under attack by immigrants. He is literally claiming that we are under attack by immigrants. Under attack? We have people here that have been living here 10 or 15 years that filed paperwork, that maybe got lost in the system, that maybe whatever. They've been trying to become citizens. They've been working here 10 or 15 years. They've never committed a crime. They're just, flipping burgers somewhere at some restaurant. And that's under attack. That's under attack. We're under attack. So you think you should be authorized to use the alien enemy? I mean, this goes above and beyond irreprehensible. And it is completely illegal, and it is against everything that America stands for. And if you support this, you are not a patriot. You are a terrorist. You are somebody who is fundamentally a part of a fascist movement, because that's what the very definition of fascism is that you don't want there to be laws and a democracy and courts and checks and balances. You want there to be a king who just waves his hand and says, this is how it's going to be. And you support that. And you support that. Therefore, you should move to Russia. You should move to China. You should move to those countries because you don't like America. You don't like America. If you liked America, you'd like democracy. You would like rule of law. You would like the Constitution if you liked America. And you don't if you support this. Period. So this had led to the White House and MAGA Republicans accusing the judges involved of political bias and judicial overreach, which is exactly the playbook every time. We cannot allow a handful of communist radical left judges. That's a mouthful. We cannot allow a handful of communist radical left judges to obstruct the enforcement of our laws and assume the duties that belong solely to the President of the United States. Literally, they are obstructing. They literally are trying to enforce the law. You're trying to illegally change the law, and they're saying no. And you want to claim that that's liberal bias. This is the most disgusting, egregious overreach of power we have ever seen in presidential history. And yet, Coney Barrett gave it to him. Agreed with it. And why did she agree with it? Well, we know why she agreed with it. She agreed with it because he's been berating her and threatening these judges now for several months. And she probably wanted to make him happy. And when you have judges doing that, when you have judges in the court of law, Supreme Court judges doing things to make a person happy who's president because he's threatening them, you have a fascist regime takeover of the United States. That's what that is by its very definition. Coney Barrett, who was appointed by Trump in 2020, has also faced criticism from MAGA world. In March, for example, Barrett voted to reject Trump's attempt to freeze nearly $2 billion in foreign aid, prompting legal commentator Mike Davis to declare on Steve Bannon's podcast that she's a rattled law professor with her head up her ass. So let me get this straight. So when she did her job and blocked him, MAGA said, you're a bad person. Your head's up your ass. You're a radical liberal. You're supposed to be a Republican. This is a Trump-appointed lawyer. You're supposed to be standing up for MAGA. You're supposed to be blah, 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 blah. You're not. Instead, she was just doing her job and doing the law. A Republican, conservative judge who was put on the bench by Trump, who said no because this is illegal. And MAGA went what? They attacked her. They attacked her. Trump attacked her. MAGA attacked her. And you guys think that you're the movement of greatness in America? You guys think that you people are nuts. You're insane. How dare you call the liberals the people that are crazy in this country? How dare you call the left? Oh, they're going too far. They're trying to have trans kids play sports. And you think that's going too far, but yet you berate a judge who is a conservative Republican judge who Trump appointed. for upholding the law of the land. You berate her. And now, because you berated her enough and attacked her enough, she's now giving in. Knowing that it's unconstitutional, that if you're born here, you are a citizen. She knows that. But she's going to let Trump have authority illegally over making that decision. Because she gets berated by MAGA if she doesn't. And God knows what else Trump's going to do next to threaten these judges. Who knows? He's a king. And I never want to hear any one of you ever on the right, you MAGA idiots, ever say again, we don't think he's a king. I don't know what. Yes, you do. Because you're okay with him doing this. You are okay with him defying the law in the courts and overthrowing the United States Constitution. That makes you 100% in support of a king. That's what that means by its very definition. Earlier in January, she sided with the Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts, a fellow conservative, another conservative, and the liberal justices of the court to allow Trump to be sentenced in his so-called hush money trial. However, Trump allies praised her opinion on Friday. This is a massive win for the Trump administration, the rule of law, and the will of American voters, writes conservative activist Charlie Kirk. This speeds everything up. Speeds what up? What are you trying to speed up, Charlie Kirk? Huh? Brown people getting deported? That's all this is, isn't it? I mean, that's really what this is. This isn't criminals anymore. You want to deport just undocumented people that have been here for 10, 15, 20 years working. You just want to deport people out of the country that have contributed to the economy. Charlie Kirk is a fucking absolute piece of shit who needs to be completely fucking this guy literally made a living for years convincing young people that college was a waste of time. Millions of young kids that he's convinced to drop out of college because it was a waste of time. And now these kids are moving into a direction where we have no one to do any of the tech jobs except people from outside the United States. If college is a waste of time, how come education is so important in every other country in the world that does better than us? Like Germany and Finland, countries that have way better healthcare than us, countries that have way better everything than us, economies, they're killing us in almost every category where they prioritize education. But this moron, Charlie Kirk, what a disgrace. And then he pushes for this. He supports this. It is in the Constitution that when you're born on U.S. soil, you are a citizen. It is in the Constitution. And now the courts have allowed Trump to make that determination to defy the United States Constitution, the most un-American, unpatriotic, absolutely despicable shit I've ever seen. Massive overreach. The U.S. military should be literally appalled because they swear an oath every day to uphold a constitution that Trump is literally threatening judges to give him rulings that favor him defying the Constitution. That's what we witnessed here, folks. That's what's going on. So it is what it is, man. Every day this gets worse and worse. And how far is this going to go? MAGA is only like 20% of the United States. That's it. It's like 20%. You know, it's like, it's absolutely appalling that we are allowing a small demographic of dipshits who are drunk on social media propaganda, who are drunk on conspiracy theory and nonsense about a deep state and about some sort of liberal criminal. I mean, it's like everything that these people think. They're so dumb and uneducated and poorly informed dipshits. It's just egregious. And yet we're allowing them to have their president, their dipshit, who sits in the White House to overthrow the Constitution, while they claim to be the patriotic people, while they claim to be the American, the fighters of America. It's like you're not. You're just not. MAGA is a terrorist movement that is overthrowing American fucking democracy and the fundamentals of what it means to be America. And they'll never see it. They'll absolutely never see it because they're so drunk on their stupidity and on their belief that of white supremacy, and their belief that that somehow they really believe that liberals don't like them because they're white. They really believe that liberals hate them because they're white, and that Democrats just want black people to have stuff and brown people to have stuff. That's literally what they believe. And they watch Fox News, which feeds them state regime propaganda over and over and over again about lie after lie after lie that feeds their racial bias, that feeds their fucking idiocracy. They refuse to step outside of themselves. They refuse to ask questions. They refuse to try to learn more about things and how things work. They're morons. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've gotten into debates with MAGA people, and they don't even understand the most basic fundamentals. They don't understand what anything even means, what words mean, what words of you can ask them questions about law and the Supreme Court, and they don't even know anything. They don't even know anything. They're just all emotion, holding on to their emotion. MAGA is way worse than the far left. Way worse. They're the biggest fucking babies I've ever seen in my life. They cry. Oh, they put a gender thing in a video game. Mwah. Oh, they want kids that aren't like me that are trans to play sports. Mwah. You know, everything is, yeah. I want to tell people what to do. There's brown people getting jobs. Oh, brown people. Well, what about the white man? Mwah. We need all of them out of the country now. Mwah. It's crying. It's literally the most fucking crying baby fucking, it's they're fucking babies. They freak out when they don't get their way. They act like little bitches when they don't get their way. Oh, the law said we can't. Oh, that's because they're liberals. That's because they're liberals. They disagree with us. The liberals who hate us. And it's like, no, dude, it's called the law. And it applies to everybody. It's supposed to. It applies to everybody. And, you know, I don't care if you're Barack Obama. I don't care if you're Hillary Clinton. I don't give a fuck if you're George Bush. I don't care who you are. You have to abide the Constitution. It is the ruling law of the land. You can't just make sweeping executive orders that it's okay to deport people that were born on U.S. soil. You can't do that. It's unbelievable. You can't just drop bombs on countries and incite wars without congressional approval. You can't just, it's like, I mean, this is so out of control. It is ridiculous. But these white men, man, these MAGA white men, boy, with their gym bros, you know, they watch their gym bro videos, dudes pumping iron. MAGA, we're what men are. We lift weights. Watch our Instagram reels. We're going to pump you up with muscles and bullshit propaganda. They're trying to kill the masculine man. Don't let the liberals and the Democrats kill the masculine man. This is what's being pumped into your into your young men in America. This is your Andrew Tate's on there. Women are fucking property. Women are property. And what we need is an uprising of men. This fucking guy's fucking been indicted for rape. You know what I mean? Now he's facing charges for rape again right here in the United States. And right as soon as Trump let this guy back in the United States, he wasn't even here a couple months and he's already got another charge. Text messages have come out of the most grotesque stuff. He literally is telling this girl in text messages, you know, you're mine. I can beat you whenever I want, and all kinds of stuff in text messages. This is who MAGA admires. This is who they look up to. They look up to Charlie Kirk, a complete buffoon who is literally just making money, grifting them and telling them shit that they want to hear to get paid so he can get more views. And this is what they listen to. Ben Shapiro. Well, Ben Shapiro, until they found out, oh, he's Jewish. Yeah, that's right. Till they were reminded that he's Jewish. And then, of course, they fall right back on their anti-Semitic. They can't stand, well, the Jews control the banks. That's what, if you ask just about any MAGA what they think of Jews, that's what they'll tell you. The Jews control the banks, which is a complete and utter lie and a conspiracy theory that's been around since the 1960s that's total nonsense. Or the Jews control the media, another complete lie that's not true. I mean, it's like they're just idiots. And yet we're sitting here allowing this president to fundamentally destroy the fabric of the United States and everything that we stand for in the United States Constitution. And these people are convinced that fighting for America's right to the Constitution, that they're convinced that me fighting for the right of an undocumented man who's been here for 15 years, being able to live in peace and work his job that he's been working for 15 years, they're convinced that I'm a part of some movement that hates them, that I represent some movement that hates the white man, that I want to see them have less, that I want to see them not have jobs, that I want to see them, have their country taken away. I know. I hear people in MAGA talk all the time. My father is a MAGA. You know what he says? He turns on the TV. My father literally will turn on the TV and a black man will be on TV and he'll go, see what I mean? They're shoving these N-words down your face. They're shoving these N-words down your throat. That's what he says in private. That's what my father says. He drops N-bombs like it's going out of style. And he says, can't they find a white actor? No, they got to go find a black actor. Everything's black this, black that. That's what these people really inherently believe. Now, obviously, my father feels comfortable saying shit like that around me because I'm his son. He wouldn't say it on the television in front of people, but he says it to me, and I fight with him. I argue with him on a regular basis about it. We fight on a regular basis about it. But this is the fundamental belief. And all these MAGA people, it's like they're like, oh, yo, there it goes. Oh, you called me racist. Oh, yeah, I must like Trump because I'm racist. Right, here we go. There you are. That's what you liberals do. Just paint me as racist. Yeah, okay. There's the R word. It's the only word you know. But it's like, you really are, though. Like, you fucking really are. You fundamentally really fucking are. You fundamentally really fucking think that white people are under attack in America. And you fundamentally really do support a guy who's overthrowing the fucking Constitution, and you're okay with it because, well, it's against brown people. It's against brown people, so what do I care? That's really what you believe. That's really what you represent. You think America is white. You think America is white people. You think white people going to their all-white school in their all-white town and bringing their book back, their backpack, and sitting down at the desk and listening to their white teacher talk about history and do math, and then the kids go outside and they all play basketball and they or fucking whatever the kids do, and you think that's what America is. You fundamentally believe that America is fucking, the fucking white guy walking down the street. Oh, hey, Mr. Jones. Oh, hey, Mr. Roberts. How you doing? And the paper boy goes by. You fundamentally think that that's all America is. You don't accept that blacks are Americans too. You don't accept that browns are Americans too. You don't accept that Asians are Americans too, that gays are Americans too, that trans people are Americans too. You don't accept that these people are American too. America is a country where everyone from all walk of life have to live together. And you fundamentally believe that America, the good old days, right? The Make America Great Again was when there was less people that weren't white. That you could go to the store and John worked down at the 7-Eleven, not Ishmael or Ahmed or whoever the fuck, right? Now it's like, oh man, our country's being taken over and white people are under attack and everybody hates the whites. And all you're really seeing is that people that were of different color and different race are starting to get equal with you. They're getting money. They're coming up. That's capitalism. Everybody can win in America. And the fact is, and this is the truth, I'm from Maine. I'm from the state of Maine. I live in LA now, but I'm from Maine. And I can tell you right now, every fucking white person I know in Maine is on fucking welfare. Every fucking white person I know they're fucking smoking weed, collecting food stamps. Most of them don't even have a fucking job. That's the truth. The vast majority of the white people I know in Maine. The vast majority. They don't contribute. I'm out here in LA. Every fucking Mexican I know, black person I know, all the Jews out here, everybody's out here hustling, making money. What are you guys doing? You're fucking collecting food stamps and smoking weed, playing video games, sitting on someone's fucking couch. But the problem is that you were born in a much better situation, and you fundamentally believe that you are entitled to something. Because you're white or something? That you're fucking entitled? Go out and fucking work for it. Like everybody else. You're mad that that every time you turn on the TV, it's a black guy now, or it's a brown guy working at the corner store, or it's fucking, oh well, you ain't doing that job, are you? You're not trying to do that job. You're too busy fucking sitting around fucking, dude, fucking, I smoked fucking weed with my buddy Robert the other day, and we fucking played Call of Duty, dude, and fucking, my girlfriend and I'm pissed off because we're collecting food stamps and shit, and they fucking just cut back our fucking TANF. We were collecting TANF. Like, that's everyone I fucking know in Maine. Like, the vast majority. The fucking vast majority of them. The vast majority of them. Yet if you go there and you actually talk to any of them, they're all Trump supporters. They all believe somehow inherently that the reason why their lives suck is because there's some sort of war being waged on white people, on white men. And Trump feeds this shit over and over and over again. This is a fucking racist policy. This is a racist policy. The idea that Trump is going to pass an executive order that says straight up that even if you're born on U.S. soil, you're not a citizen. You don't get birthright citizenship. If your parents weren't from here, you're not a citizen. What? What? And we're going to sit back and allow that? We're going to sit back and allow that. Like that, I'm literally baffled. My father, who came here, like my father's father came here from Italy, and my father's mother came from Poland. On my mother's side, her parents came from Ireland. And if you put this all together, within 5 years difference, my parents could have been born somewhere else. Within 5 years. And I'm white as a ghost with blue eyes. I'm a regular ass white guy. But you know what? I was this close to not being, to having parents that weren't born on U.S. soil. So what if they weren't? I wouldn't be a citizen. Trump would say that I'm not a citizen. I'm not an American because my parents weren't born here. This is fucking absolutely fucking crazy. This is fucking absolutely crazy. And this is a president, by the way, who's married to a fucking woman that ain't American. Who's married to a woman that came here illegal. Like fucking, she wasn't a citizen. And then she got some bullshit visa to stay here that wasn't even the correct visa that she was supposed to get. She got an Einstein visa. Ask me how a fucking woman who was a fucking playmate, a porn star, came over here and fucking got an Einstein visa. This is the most hypocritical bullshit I've ever seen in my life. And by the way, I see a lot of the comments. I see a lot of what you guys are saying, and I don't really care. I said what I said. I am listening to myself. And I said what I said, and if you don't like it, then I don't really know what to fucking tell you. I said what I said. That's the bottom line. Like, you guys could sit there and you guys can act like you're the victim and be little bitches in my comment section. Little fucking pissy little bitches. Oh, look at you. Look at you crying like a liberal. Oh, that we're all racist. Oh, do you hear yourself? Let me tell you something, okay? I could tell you fucking absolutely. Yeah, I stood on business and I said what I said. You don't like what I said? I don't really give a shit. I don't care what you have to say. I said what I said. Are you crying? Did I hurt your feelings? Are you upset that you don't like what I said? I mean, look at all the comments you guys left. Look at all these comments that you guys left. You can't handle free speech. You can't handle, you want to silence dissent. Don't you see you're the problem, MAGA? You're the problem. You're the fucking problem. And you know what? I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know that your movement will die because it always does. and this type of stupid shit has always died all throughout history. You will all go down in history as the biggest fucking joke ever. Because you want to try to control, you want a president to overthrow the Constitution. I just showed you that when you're born in the United States, you're a citizen. That's the bottom line. That's the constitutional law. And you want to think, you think you're on the right side of history, that you support a guy that wants to make that not so? You fundamentally think that you're on the right side of history? Like, you're a joke. You're a fucking joke. You're cowards. You don't get no pussy. You don't have any money. You're broke. You don't have any fucking money. Show me your money, Nick. Hey, Nick, show me your money. How much money do you have? Whose couch are you sleeping on? Show me your money. I bet you're broke. You're broke and you haven't seen the inside of a decent vagina in years. And you know why? Because you're too busy making excuses and thinking that Trump is going to save the day and make your life easier, when in truth is, it's because you're a fucking bum and you haven't done anything with your fucking life. So make no mistake about it, dude. That's the truth. That's the truth. It's the same thing that I see. And I know a lot of you in here are from Maine. I know a lot of you come here from Maine because a lot of you followed me from my music career, and a lot of you only know me from the state. And so I know that many of you, you guys are clinging on to some bullshit. You guys live in Maine, you know, a lot of you, and don't really have a grasp on reality. You live in an all-white state and you're completely fucking clueless. And so basically, it is what it is. But I will say this. Is that Trump removing all of these migrants that lived here that are just undocumented, not criminals, just undocumented, which is not a crime, by the way. Being undocumented is a civil violation. It's not even a criminal act. So for him to try to declare these people un-American because their parents weren't born here, I mean, the fact that he's trying to get rid of birthright citizenship is absolutely crazy. But even if they weren't born here and they've been working here 10 or 15 years, all these millions of people and what they contributed to the economy, both work-wise and consumer-wise, is going to absolutely decimate the American economy. America's already facing a time of decline. America is on the decline right now economically. The American dollar is sliding into a hole. It's down. It's been down. It keeps falling consistently. Like I just looked up the other day, and it's like, there's so if we were to get like a, here I'll do this right now. I'll ask it. Let's ask ChatGPT really quick. As of today, give me a list of the most valuable currencies by country, and where America, or where the US dollar is on the list. All right, let's take a look. Real-time stats. Where is the United States dollar on this list? 10th. We're in 10th place. 9 countries have money more valuable than the United States. The only reason why the U.S. economy is not completely sinking is because of the fact that we are the official currency of world trade. That is why. But as we continue to decline in the value of the dollar, how long do you think that's going to last? When they remove us as the world's currency, this place is going to fold up like a fucking lawn chair. And Trump's tariffs are going to cause that, without a doubt. Even Elon Musk says that. Elon Musk has tweeted many times trying to warn everybody that we're gonna end up in a really bad spot in about 6 months when these tariffs, the effects of these tariffs kick in. And I mean, it's not good. This is all not good. And yet you guys will not bend. You will not shake. You will not, no matter what anyone tells you, no matter what anyone says about Donald Trump, no matter what they say, you just absolutely refuse to listen. You refuse to believe. You hang on to your fucking, your hatred of like liberals and college kids. Like one college kid said, check your white privilege one time to you. And now like you're like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. I don't care about America. I just want Trump to destroy all these people that don't like me, the straight white male. And your fucking anger and your desire to do that is going to absolutely make this fucking country implode. And that's the truth. And that's really all I got to say tonight, folks.